Hello, I'm Peter Weller. Today we will be exploring the recently atom-bombed cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. It has been 1 year since these cities were devastated in World War II by the United States' atom bombs, Little Boy and Fat Man. These bombs were so strong that any building within a 3-mile radius of ground zero was severely damaged and completely destroyed if it was within a mile. These two bombings brought an end to the war in the Pacific. Here we are in downtown Hiroshima, and after the war in Europe was over, Japan and the US were still fighting it out in the Pacific. This was in large part due to the pride of the Japanese and their refusal to surrender. The US's attacks on Japan had seemed to be unsuccessful up until they began to use a napalm bombing strategy at night that was surprisingly effective against the flimsy-built plaster and wood buildings. Although it was working, the napalm was not sending a big enough message to the Japanese. In an attempt to end the war as quickly as possible, President Truman authorized the use of the newly created atom bomb. On August 6th, a B-29 bomber named the Enola Gay left Tinian Island heading for Hiroshima, carrying the first bomb, Little Boy. At 8:15 in the morning, the city of Hiroshima was busy, as if it was just a normal day. However, within a minute, the whole city was destroyed.
Nippon superior! Nippon superior! Nippon superior! Nippon superior! どの世の新しい預金のトローションに
The bomb Little Boy dropped on Hiroshima ended up killing 70,000 to 80,000 civilians and soldiers and injured 70,000 others. The bomb immediately caused radiation in the areas surrounding the city, along with an intense firestorm that burned everything within a 4.4-mile area in the city. Because of this radiation, the cancer rate in the cities near Hiroshima has also increased. The devastation caused in Japan left the nation in a daze. For hours, little was known about what had happened to Hiroshima in Japan. It was not until the US informed Japan about the creation of the atom bomb. The message also came with a warning. Japan was told to surrender or face the devastation of a second bombing. When the Japanese refused, the next chain of events was set in motion. On August 9th, the B-29 named Boxcar flew towards their target, the Kakura Arsenal. Unfortunately, the weather was so bad that the target could not be seen. As a second target, Nagasaki was chosen. At 11:02 a.m., the atom bomb, Fat Man, exploded over Nagasaki. Fat Man was 40% more powerful than the Little Boy, but because of the hills and geographic location of Nagasaki, only 40,000 people were killed and 1.8 miles damaged. Though Nagasaki suffered less damage, the result was the same as Hiroshima. This massive attack against Japan was so horrifyingly painful to the cities bombed that lasting effects seemed possible in the century following. Many people have died of disease and radiation from the shock wave from the bomb since last year. After the bombings, an imperial council was held, and the 6 members voted on whether to surrender or not. This ended in a 3-3 tie. However, the emperor, not being able to continue to allow his people to die at this rate, stepped in and broke the tie. Japan agreed to surrender to the U.S. as long as the emperor was allowed nominal head of state. U.S. would allow Japan to keep the emperor as a figurehead. Japan, although unhappy with the terms, agreed.